All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Our caster Rayshawn unfortunately had to dip a little early, so unfortunately, especially unfortunately, you are stuck here with me for this second match of the evening in this double-header Peach Belt Conference Valorant matchup here. After a 2-0 victory over USC Aiken, Center College is now taking on Florida Southern. We'll see Florida Southern starting off in the defending team here on Lotus. So they are on the left side, Center College on the right. Taking a look at some of the team comps here. See quite a few high damage characters here. A lot of duelists here for Center College. $19 on the Yoru, Claro on the Neon, and Whisper on the Rays. So not having a dedicated initiator, but still some abilities that can accomplish a lot of what that role generally tends to do. And still having smokes and some of that Sentinel utility from Bill Clinton and Clippy. Claro taking out Turret. He's the only one still here for center and does have Spike. Other center players over here making some presence known on C.
I got the Spike.
Whole team is now together on C with the exception of Whisper, who was on B, but able to get with the rest of the team with that revolving door here. Claro going onto site, securing a pick onto Soj. The rest of Florida Southern kind of backing out here.
I'm out of here.
The center is now fully on site, but Florida Southern is all grouped up. I'm looking to make something happen here. Whisper might get bit by that dog. Looks like it doesn't go quite onto Whisper, but low health Whisper. Great headshot though. Now a 2-5. Another great shot for Whisper. That's a 3-piece, and this grenade might secure the last one. And yes, of course it does. That's a 4-piece for Whisper on this opening pistol round. A couple low health bars for Center College, but not a single one of them ends up falling there. Should give them... I guess they didn't buy, you know, anything super expensive in that first round. Maybe just some ghosts, but still good to have that advantage going into round number 2. Center is certainly favored to win this as well, having access to better guns. Great opening pick by Bill Clinton. Secures another one onto the Reyna. See Claro here, maybe looking to duel this Sky. An excellent headshot with the Bucky. Last 2 left alive are on A. Whisper's taking a few shots at them, maybe having to deal with this turret real quick. And $19 will finish it out with the Spectre. It's a 2-0 lead for Center College. But it's round 3 that the team that loses that first pistol round is usually able to start buying. We're going to see that here. Florida Southern investing in a few rifles. Rifles for every member here, one of them being a Guardian. Center with 2 looking at A, 2 looking at B, and 1 looking at C. See if Bill Clinton can secure a pick onto this Reyna or the Sky. Opting not to take that fight. Center with full control over B site. $19 with a great pick. Claro running around, but can't run so fast. Can't out juke this Raze here on the side of Florida Southern. Clippy now dealing with this same Raze. Is the Reyna going to be entering site pretty soon here? Takes out Bill Clinton, but $19 with a Guardian able to secure the pick. And Clippy finishing out. Center with 2 alive, securing round number 3. Florida Southern had some pretty good picks there, especially over on A site, but very unfortunate to now not have access to all of those rifles that they had purchased in the previous round. And Center in a good spot in terms of the economy. No more bird flu affecting their grocery stores. Reyna right around the corner, playing awfully patient, might be able to get a pick onto Claro. Center did not clear this Reyna, and they do take out Whisper, but Clippy able to turn around and take her out as well. $19 avoiding the Raze nade. Still low health around this corner, getting a little bit of spray damage on to the KJ. Center will take round 4 as well. All 3 members left alive with extremely low health bars. That was not necessarily guaranteed for Center College there. Center's still just doing a great job in terms of the economy. Claro opting to hold the Bucky, has the option not to. 8,000 credits to his name, and still wanting to run in with the shotgun. Center sort of just ignoring these folks around the side here with the Raze utility, but they do still clear it with Clippy and $19. Looks like they take a little bit of damage, $19 does in the process. I think they were holding around the corner with some shotguns potentially. And just the Rays alive. Takes out Clippy, but Whisper also on the Rays. Able to secure that. See 3 here to contest center on their push onto C. That's quite a lot of presence for Florida Southern. I hear the sounds of an Odin. I'm not quite sure who is the one using it. Claro able to get a pick with the Bucky here. Getting traded with Clippy. Now just 2 alive for Florida Southern. Not sure who had purchased that Odin. Or if it was all in my head. Only 1 left for Florida Southern, and Whisper able to secure that pick. Center College up 6-0. A pretty dominant start here. There have been some pretty meaningful glimmers of hope for Florida Southern in some of these rounds. It's not that they're not doing damage. It's not that they're not getting any picks. Center doing a really good job right now of ensuring that when they do lose some health or a person, that they're going to be able to secure a pick in that process. They're doing a great job of trading. $19 popping all early, going right on to C site. Able to get some great intel for the team. Maybe do some crazy plays with the flash. Unfortunately, a lot of center falling here. Clippy opting to pop alt to get a second life here. Turns the corner, and it's a jump scare of Florida Southern players. They are all lined up in a row. Florida Southern now with the advantage here with 3 to center's 2. $19 playing in the smoke here. Able to pop a great flash here. Evening things out. Bill Clinton, the great shot, using his ultimate here. Now it's just the Reyna, and the Reyna is very low health. She is somewhere on site with them. And an excellent shot from Bill Clinton to secure this round. Center now up 7-0 on Lotus here. Very dominant showing so far. But again, looking at the statistics, it's not that Florida Southern doesn't have any kills. And they were very close in that last round. Center once again going C. To say Florida Southern is wise to this would be an understatement. They are all there waiting for Center College. And here they are playing around the hill here. Center only with 3 left alive. Whisper on very, very low health. Whisper, though, running over to A. We'll see if Center opts to fully rotate over here, and it seems like they are doing that. Bill Clinton, of course, carrying the spike. Whisper starting to clear parts of the area around A site. Maybe does not know that this Raze is where she is. Bill Clinton able to get the spike down. Center would love to get some kills here to just start evening things up as people start to push in. And of course they do. Bill Clinton and Whisper both securing a pick. Things are now looking pretty even here. And thankfully the spike is down. So it's Florida Southern who needs to, take the action here. Zipper from Florida Southern at extremely low health. Now it's just Astro on the Rays playing in tree. And Clippy able to secure that pick. Just swinging that corner. Full confidence. The great headshot. Now 8-0 Center College over Florida Southern. And once again, another round that doesn't in every way just look overwhelmingly dominant from Center College. Florida Southern's getting picks, but they need to kill everyone. And Center with this just very kill-hungry comp, so many duelists, they want to take these fights. They know that statistically they're going to win them. Once again, whole squad going C. Only one in all of Florida Southern on that other side of the map on A. So much utility coming out here. Soj with a pick onto Whisper, but Bill Clinton with a pick onto Togus back. I'm not sure if I read it right. Claro giving Center College the lead once again. Ooh, in a very tricky spot around this sky. Unfortunately, Claro didn't quite get that pick. Is maybe going to have another opportunity playing with his food a little bit, you know, running around and kind of baiting her to do something foolish. Now planting on B. And we'll see that Killjoy ult come out. The ult is still alive, so Bill Clinton now going to need to try and find and destroy it. And while that happens somewhere, Claro is able to secure a pick with a knife, maybe just running in. I'm over them. Now Center College up 9-2-0. Looks like Center is maybe opting to go C yet again. Not sure if that will happen or not. Yes, it looks like they are planning to go C. $19 sent his clone out into A. Perhaps this Reyna from Florida Southern is able to see that. And maybe draw a few people away from C. Just 3 on site here now, but 3 is kind of a big number in the grand scheme of things. And Center now down to just 2 people alive. They do still have Spike, but Bill Clinton is awfully hurt. Whisper getting some great damage.
Last player standing.
It's just up to Bill Clinton. Low on ammo. Full team swinging out here. It's just not possible to get it done. Florida Southern in the chat, they did say, let us win 1 round. Come on, give us 1 round. And they did. And that wasn't for Center's lack of trying, though. They won that fair and square. Now we're going to see Center mix it up a little by also going C again. It's absolutely insane the amount of times they are opting to go C here. Is it that they're insane, or is it next level mind games? It's really hard to say, folks. Really hard to say. See, $19 with the Yoru ult to start things off. Florida Southern hopping off of site, just letting the KJ util kind of do its job. And the KJ will get a pick on to $19 here. Claro on site. Looking to get a pick with the judge. Bill Clinton with a great shot with his ultimate. Having to use one of those, you know, there's very few shots in the chamber ultimate. Having to waste one on a cabbage. It's a little unfortunate. Now 2 left on either side, but of course Center has planted Spike.
1 enemy remaining.
Sky pushed into point. It's taken out by Clippy. It's just the Reyna left. That's Soj. A headshot from Clippy secures a 3-piece and the round. That is now 10-1 in favor of Center College. Timeout coming out here for Astro, for Florida Southern here. And not a moment too soon. This is the last round before the swap, and they're going to want to try and make something happen here on their last opportunity on the defense. All right, timeout. With only 15 seconds left on the clock, Center, of course, also gets an opportunity to talk strategy in this. I wonder if they'll come up with something bold and innovative like going C. Let's see, what are the fruits of that discussion for Florida Southern? Stacking C again, with just the Omen, making sure they still have some presence on A. Now Center, cooking up something very special here. They're actually going B. But if I had to guess, they're just going to use B to go to C. They just love C so much. But it looks like Bill Clinton actually opting to plant right here on B. But this is kind of tricky. It looks like he stops the plant, of course, as they had essentially, Florida Southern, taken over B site. Clippy dying, but able to pop that ult. Evening things out as long as Clippy can get a pick here. Clippy does secure that pick. $19 with a pick as well. Astro taking out Clippy. Oh no, and 3 huge picks come out for Florida Southern. It's just Claro left, and Claro using the Judge. Gets a great pick onto the Omen that TP's in, but gets taken out by Zipper with a great headshot. Of course, that Judge just doesn't have the range to duel with the location that Zipper was in.
Placing swarm grenade. Placing swarm grenade. Swarm grenade out.
Zipper savoring this moment of victory, throwing out a little bit of util, knowing the econ doesn't matter on this particular round. Maybe even opting to die here. Oh, 1 health? Actually kind of sick. Kind of sick to know you can live that. Alrighty, sides have swapped. Center College now on the defense. Both teams full stacking on A with the exception of just a lone whisper on B here. Which can often be interesting. A raised nade, a pretty powerful tool right in the spot where Claro is standing. Center playing awfully aggressive here. Claro pushing right up into the team. The rest of Center following suit. Claro with the opening pick, but gets taken out as well. Things are looking pretty even here, but $19 with only 15 health left. Not sure if running straight into the meat grinder was the optimal strategy for Center College here, but of course they didn't necessarily know that the full team would be in that room on A. It's just $19 left, of course, and we're going to see Florida Southern making their way over to C. They don't necessarily know where $19 is, but with 15 health, it might not matter. Are able to secure that spike. We're going to see the first engagement here. $19 running with his knife out, or rather slowly walking with his knife out, but gets taken out by Soj, pushing around that corner. So Center now playing 10-3. Losing that initial pistol round. Of course, the economy was so huge on the first half of this. We'll see if that could come to bite Center as they have lost this pistol round. They don't have the good guns that they want, but we will see that Center is able to afford a nice little Bucky here, and Center has been loving this gun today. Not the results you want to see if you are a Center College fan. Great pick from Whisper with the nade. Just Clippy alive. A little bit of damage already tagged on them.
Spike planted.
They are taken out, or they go ahead and get Spike planted. Clippy going to push around this corner, not able to clear it all the way. That's Toge's back with a 4-piece for Florida Southern. Now 4-10. Entirely possible that we see this momentum start shifting in favor of Florida Southern here. We'll see if Center opts for maybe a more standard method of playing this map here. $19 has purchased the Outlaw. Center now with some rifles and some better guns. And of course, still the Bucky with Claro. Gonna hold in tree here. Great shot onto the raise and then onto the sky. Excellent job from Claro. So much damage with just two little Bucky shots here. $19 falling down to 7 health.
Spike down A.
One in heaven might be able to get $19. A single shot with pretty much any gun will take him out. But Clippy and Bill Clinton still alive here. Clippy able to take Toges back out. That'll secure them their 11th win. Get some momentum back in their favor. With 2 people staying alive, they've got those 2 rifles going into this next round and should have enough money to get everyone else at least something functional. We'll see some rifles and 1 Bucky available for Florida Southern as well. So it should be pretty equal in terms of the guns that we see here. We're going to see all of Florida Southern grouped up to go right on into B. Bill Clinton, of course, being the main one holding this right now, able to take out that dog. They probably know roughly where he is based on that. Able to get a great pick onto this raise. He changes his position slightly, go up the steps, gets 2 picks, and Clippy comes in, gets 2 more. Whisper finishing things off with the nade. This takes this to match point for Center College. 12 into 4. Center playing a little bit more normal, if you will, compared to some of their earlier rounds. Kind of wanting to end this here and now. Whisper holding with the Guardian. Oh, or rather, that's a Phantom. I got confused. The skin was different. I apologize. Smoke's now coming out for both sides. Center will have 3 folks here on A, maybe even 4 with Bill Clinton. Claro dying early, though. Bill Clinton now pushing through this door. Able to secure a pick, but Center wants more than 1, being down 1 already.
There.
Whisper playing in tree. And $19 able to take this Omen that had gone to the entire opposite side of the map. And we will see the rest of Florida Southern looking to push C as well. And they're definitely going to be able to get that bomb planted now, taking out $19 here. Just 2 left alive for Center College, and they're not particularly close to C site left yet. Clippy could be in a bad spot based off of where this Sky is. Sky might be able to get a great timing onto Whisper as well.
Refreshing.
Clippy able to take out KJ. It's just Whisper left, but I'm worried he is going to get potentially overwhelmed by these 2 folks left. Astra taking out Whisper. Now 5 to 12. Center still at match point, though. They only need to secure 1 more round. They've got a couple alts coming online here. Clippy's ult, of course, allows them to have a second life. And Bill Clinton just gets a really big sniper rifle that he doesn't have to pay for. Looks like Florida Southern taking a page out of Center's notebook. Go and see with a big old stack. They're actually playing much slower than Center had in some of their rounds. Keeping Soj on the Reyna to kind of ensure that there's no flankers.
You should run.
Starting to come in, popping that KJ ult in a spot that Center can't really do a whole lot about. So Center is probably going to have to give a lot of space here. Unfortunately, just barely, $19 gets detained. Whisper does fall. This is now a 4v5. $19 back in action. Still's got Still has all of his health. Center pushing in this re-engage here. Or this retake. Bill Clinton with an excellent shot. Oh, but it's just Clippy. Clippy's going to have to take out two. It's definitely possible, but an uphill battle for Clippy here. Reyna I sees him. Taps bomb. But they have the angle. They know exactly where they planted that bomb, and they're able to get a couple shots through the smoke, taking out Clippy. Now 12-6. Slowly but surely, Florida Southern, now half of what Center College has. Center just has to win one. They have 4 alts now, and I am expecting them to use them. Whisper breaking door early. Give him a pretty useful angle here. And Claro playing around in tree will get potentially cleared by this Boombot, but actually gets shot before the Boombot is able to see him. Florida Southern starting to push onto A site here. $19 has dropped down here. He's got the Bucky. He's on site. Looking to make something happen with this ult. Bill Clinton with a great 2-shot. Center now looking pretty good in this fight.
One enemy remaining.
And that's no one left alive for Florida Southern. Center College will defuse. They will claim this. That is map number 1. Lotus going to Center College. Pay no attention to the big word defeat there. We won, folks. We did it. Great job. Just a moment here, we will move on to map number 2. I believe that will be Bind. As we were doing pick bands, it turns out we are playing the exact same maps in the exact same order as last round. So that's very fun and cool. Bill Clinton leading the leaderboard here with 19 kills. Clippy with the same number of kills. Bill Clinton getting a little bit more combat score, potentially from the types of guns that he bought or how much he died with econ rating. Great job doing plants, first bloods, other stuff like that as well. See in just a moment as we get into this next map. All right, we are back in it once again. See what comps come out here. On Bind. Center College on the attack, starting off again. Looks like they're going to run something quite similar to last round. Lots and lots of duelists here. 3 duelists here for Center College. But again, still rounding things out, having the smoke, having some of that utility that Chamber provides with the trip. So not having a lot of blind spots, despite this, really explosive comp here. Still deciding over on the side of Florida Southern here. We'll see Toja's back, locking into that. I knew their name a second ago, and now I'm blanking. The Scottish one. It'll come to me in a moment. They're on Raze and KJ as well. Also having two duelists with the Reyna. Reyna Blind and Sova Dart could be pretty big tools here into Center College. But easy to just shoot them. And other than those pieces of util, not a whole lot stopping center from just shooting the people they want to shoot. Clove. That was the word. That's like a spice. All right, center looking to go short here onto A site. Going pretty fast here. Bill Clinton with the opening pick. $19, taking a ton of space on site. Some smokes here. Doesn't necessarily know about, I guess it was Toja's back. So Toja's back, been taken out, and center on a mission to secure these picks quickly, and just pushing up, maybe sooner than they ought to, as Soj secures 2 picks, but $19, looking to get some extra picks with this, is it right click? Left click? Right click. Shoots a little shotgun-like blast with the classic. 2 different firing modes on that weapon. Center looking to do much the same thing. Lining up around short. Three from Florida Southern here on this site. $19 probably should have died there, but didn't able to get a great headshot with the Bucky before ultimately succumbing to his fate. Clippy here still has bomb. Center College now even with Florida Southern here. It's a great pick from Whisper. Able to get Spike down. Worried about Heaven. They're worried about Lamps. They don't even necessarily know if they could be from flank as well. So Whisper having to check so many angles. Doesn't know that one is right on site already with him. Might freak him out here in just a second. That's Astro. Oh, but Astro backing up right in the line of sight of Clippy. Clippy going to be able to take that on the Clove, whose name I do remember.
Is it the hair? It's probably the hair.
Looking at the economy here, Center all able to afford rifles. Looks like they maybe bought a little more than they ought to on the side of Florida Southern here. Not able to afford what you'd often be able to on this third round. So just back, getting the early pick onto Claro. That's with the judge. I think some extra damage coming in from that grenade. $19 able to pick up a pick onto Astro. Bill Clinton with another kill. Clippy looking to take Soj out. Whisper beats him to it. But it's just Clippy alive now. Zipper with some excellent shots for Florida Southern from this, what's the word for the Deagle? It's not Ghost. I know this. I'm so tired. I don't remember the words. I promise I know this game. Still looking to go short once again. Clippy committing war crimes against the adorable Halloween cat. Gonna see them run it down again. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But of course, Florida Southern anticipating this quite a lot. All of them are here on A site. They learned their lesson from Lotus. Still looking pretty even here, but of course, $19 getting taken out pretty early. Now just down to Whisper. One in Heaven, one here in Lamps, in U-Haul. Able to throw this nade that should do a little bit of pressure here, and ulting. Absolutely massive kill for Whisper. That is a 4-piece for Whisper. Really, really clutched that round out. Center, maybe not noticing that they do not have Spike. Whisper now going back to pick that up for the team. We will see Florida Southern once again setting up almost entirely on A site. Expecting Center to do the same thing again. But they're not. Center is going to go ahead and run things down onto B. Claro getting taken out early, though, by this Reyna. Clippy able to make that trade. Of course, $19 doing crazy stuff, doing $19 stuff in the back line with his ultimate here. Able to get one pick, you know, do a lot of pressure, take a lot of space, but not quite everything they were looking for. As things are evened up here. 2 up here in Hookah. Looks like Clippy is aware of it. Not sure if they know about the other one. I guess the other one died when I was talking, so never mind. Just the one. Looks like KJ coming up long. Bill Clinton here to contest that. Looks like that engagement is going to happen in just a moment here. Bill Clinton does secure the pick, and Clippy able to get it. Able to get Toges back out of Hookah. Center up 5-0, looking just as dominant as the beginning of Lotus. Really enjoying attacking first, I suppose. And now Florida Southern, not so sure what site they're going to go to. Doing a much more conventional, hold here.
Want to play? Let's play.
$19 pushing in deep, getting a nice early pick. Center with control of the site, but a lot of people, Florida Southern, not too far behind. Center is very much surrounded here, but able to play some great sight lines. Make sure they can't all overwhelm Center College. Mild PDF with a pick onto Claro. Bill Clinton taking out Toges back, but Toges back is back. Of course, popping that ult with Clove. So Clove v. Clove violence. But all Clippy needed to do was just not die there. Very close to that not happening. Getting down to 36 health, but of course, Clove, if Clove does not get a pick with their ult, they will eventually expire once again and just go ahead and die. Very tragic. Center now 6-0. Looking to go back into a short. Great speed. Claro pushing up into Lamps here. It does look like the Sova is able to see Claro, but Sova's not able to get done using his little owl drone before Claro is able to run in there. Very crazy. See Clove's body flung into the teleporter. Great round here for Florida Southern. Finally slowing down some of Center College's momentum in this match. going to have rifles available for both sides. Claro opting for the bucket once again. Center with kind of a split push here. $19, able to get an early pick on A site. Perhaps going to look to go around into the teleporter. That would probably be the fastest way for center to get to site, but not sure if they do or do not have these sight lines on them, so having to go quite slow. Well, the rest of center has spike. They're set up here on B site. Presence is now known, though, as Bill Clinton is dueling with this Reyna. Center now has the opportunity, Clippy, to take this TP, go over to A site. Center's still not sure which one they want to engage on. 50 seconds left, so they are going to have to make up their mind pretty soon. Center would maybe like one more pick before that happens, but it might not. Bill Clinton, unfortunately, falling here. Things are looking pretty even. Claro able to get a great pick onto Astro, though, and it looks like center is full committing onto B site. But that's Soj with two huge picks here. And they definitely know roughly where center college is. $19, popping ult of his own. Knows exactly where Soj is. Able to get that great headshot. Center with bomb down, 2 people alive. This is asking a lot for mild PDF to do on the side of Florida Southern. Of course, Clippy able to take her out in showers. Looks like center maybe opting to go B here. Mostly been playing on A site this match. We'll see Clippy pushing up with bomb into hookah. Well, most of center college is very quickly engaging here from long. $19 with a great early pick. Claro did pop ult in this. Actually opting to hold these corners with the Bucky. Definitely wants to take out this KJ. Really their only chance to destroy the KJ ult. And the lockdown is destroyed. That is huge for center college here. It's the main source of pressure. The main way they were going to make space was that KJ ult. Clippy able to get that final pick up in hookah on their counterpart. Toj is back. Center now 8-1 over Florida Southern. Looking pretty darn dominant. Getting another look at the scoreboard at the econ. Center is doing quite well in terms of the economy. They're able to afford what they want pretty much every round. And Claro opting to still use shotguns here, which of course are even cheaper. Florida Southern has some rifles, but not everything they would want. Claro looking to take out the Sova. $19 is going to finish that job up, though.
Spike down A.
Clippy takes out Astro.
One enemy remaining.
$19 hiding out in the smoke for a second. Securing a 3-piece, able to take out Toj is back. There's only one left alive for Florida Southern. That is that poor KJ. Mild PDF. Not much they can do in this situation. Center with bomb down. 3 people alive. Really tall task for mild PDF. And of course, $19. Able to take that out. Securing himself a 4-piece in the process. it looks like Center will opt to go B. They have conditioned a lot of Florida Southern to maybe suppose A more often than not. But of course, they've got KJ here. In many ways can feel like a third player with just how much space that utility can create. But Center, they initiate just so quickly. To make light work of that KJ utility. Whisper pushing in deep, able to find two. Astro finding two as well. Just one left alive up in hookah for Florida Southern. Center doesn't necessarily know where they are yet, I think, but it looks like Claro and Clippy have some sight lines on it. Claro gonna push in against this, maybe trying to get a pick with the judge. They do secure that. That's going to be 10-1 for Center College. I feel like this is pretty similar in a lot of ways to that first round for that first Lotus map, where it's not that Florida Southern isn't getting a meaningful amount of picks on a lot of these, but Center is able to trade when they're coming onto site so quickly. Like Center once again going A short. The old reliable $19 popping alt, clearing out U-Haul. Knows the location of everyone backside, hoping to get a great pick with the shotgun. Doesn't quite happen, so they're not in a horrible spot, able to get a lot of space thanks to $19 here. But Soj and Toj is back, getting some picks on the Center College. So now 3-4, now 2-4. And the Raze ult comes out. Whisper alive with just 10 health, of course, gets taken out. Toj is back, securing a 4-piece. Excellent stuff to them. And that's going to be the second round win for Florida Southern. 10-2. As we flip over to Center being on the defense now. Florida Southern now attacking. We did see on Lotus that Center struggled a little bit more on the defense than they did on the offense. So we'll see if there's a repeat of that here or not. Of course, Center only needs to get 3 round wins to secure this. Go home, finish their homework after a long day of playing Valorant. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what they're fighting for. Florida Southern fighting for that opportunity to go to a round 3. Bill Clinton peeking out early. You hear the teleporter go off, but there's no Bill Clinton to go through it. He does get taken out. Whisper with a great pick thanks to the nade. It looks like we're actually going to see a rotation here from Florida Southern. Now looking to go into A site. Whisper's location gets revealed on site. And now they teleport. A masterful rotation here from Florida Southern. All 4 of them now pushed up onto B, able to take out Clippy. Great shot from Claro, though. And that is going to be a team ace here, meaning every single person on Florida Southern got themselves a kill. On to Center College here. So that's a pistol round loss for Center College. Center looking to buy some shotguns and just some classics. And Florida Southern able to buy some nicer guns than they were in the last pistol round. This could be a real momentum setter for them. Looks like they are pushing out into hookah here. It's Bill Clinton up in hookah. Just Bill Clinton and a pistol to try to stop all these people. Not much you can do in that situation. Whisper and $19 also here on B site.
Spike planted.
Wanting to wait a little bit for their teammates to get in a more conducive location. Claro now up in hookah. Gonna be able to take out that turret. Could be important. Great pick with the shotgun, running in quickly. Huge play from Claro, not just evening things up, but giving Center College the lead here. Looking for another huge shot onto Soj, but it doesn't quite happen, and that is going to be Florida Southern getting yet another round. They are now up to 4. Looking quite dominant so far on their attacking round. Now Center is going to have this opportunity to buy a little bit more expensive guns than they were in that last round. Looks like we're going to see an Ares here from Whisper, an Outlaw for $19, 2 Phantoms, and Claro with that Judge. I am spectating the wrong team. Claro, great opening picks. Going to give Center a huge edge here. Feels substantially more difficult for Florida Southern to push onto this site now. And it looks like they're still opting to do it, still maintaining presence here in A short.
Gotta go. I'm out of here.
Things are quiet. Claro making some sound. But I believe Florida Southern has mostly cut noise here. But Claro able to get a little bit of vision here, get a little bit of intel on the location of this KJ here, so they know where they are. Only 2 left here for Florida Southern. They have the opportunity to TP, and they do take it. Claro is going to run through this teleporter, see what he can do. Now 2 Center College members in the teleporter. Maybe not the exact spot they want to be, kind of isolating themselves in the fight, but Bill Clinton able to come in as well, kind of do a little pincer maneuver here, and Center takes them out in hookah. That gives them 11-4, finally stopping that momentum that was starting to build for Florida Southern here. Center only needs 2 more rounds to secure this. They've got pretty decent guns. Very, very doable for Center College here. We see Florida Southern opt to go to B site this round. Mostly going around long. And Center kind of pushing up into this. Might get caught out by this sort of lurking raise here. But Claro's so fast that really might not even be a problem. And now a huge crossfire here, Bill Clinton and Claro. We are going to see folks maybe use this teleporter, but it looks like it's a bait. They didn't actually go through. It's going to be the downfall of Claro here, but the rest of Center College is able to secure these picks. Just 1 left alive. Bill Clinton takes them out, securing himself a 3-piece. Now this is match point for Center College. Only 1 more round needed.
That works.
Alrighty, it looks like we're seeing an A push here. Claro pushing out very aggressively. Gets taken out. Clippy dying as well. Could be pretty huge for Florida Southern here. It's just $19 with the Outlaw here on A site right now, but that is going to change pretty quickly. Misses, I think, hits 1 of the shots, but doesn't get both of them onto Toja's back. Bill Clinton with an excellent shot. Whisper getting a pick as well. Things have evened up here. Whisper with the 3rd pick and $19. Finishing things off with the shorty. That is going to be it for Center College as this defuse comes through. from first Whisper and now $19. That is going to get them to 13, the magic number. Winning the round, winning the series. That is going to be a win for Center College. Again, folks, disregard the word defeat that is on your screen. It is not one. This is a win for Center College. 2-0 victory over Florida Southern. With that, we'll just take a quick look-see at the scoreboard here. $19 leading this round, but 3 center players up in the top 3 here. $19 Whisper and Clippy are getting quite a lot of picks. Pretty even in terms of picks between the teams, or between the Center College members. No one huge outlier by any means. Really well played. GG's to our opponents, Florida Southern, and we'll see you for the next one, likely being rescheduled, so probably not one this next Sunday, but perhaps the following Friday is the time we're looking at right now. Again, thanks so much for watching. Tune in again soon, and take care.